I had a really interesting conversation earlier this morning with another founder that I wanted to share because it's been on my mind, thinking about it on and off over the past few weeks. And it was super interesting. We started to get on the topic of like the formula for success, and by no way, shape, or form am I saying like I've got the formula for success, but we just got caught up talking about it as we were waiting for some other team members to jump on the call. And it was super interesting. We started the way the conversation kicked off is um, we had this phone call at 9 a.m. I usually don't like taking any kind of phone calls between or before 11 a.m. And I found that I get a lot of work done in my mornings. But he's in Dubai. I think he's got other team members all over the world. So this was really the only time that we could link up, and it was about 9 a.m. So most people are getting started with their workday around then. And he asked me like, when do you start work? I'm like, depends when I wake up, but honestly, between like 5:30 and 7 a.m., just depending on when I wake up and when I get my workout done. Um, and he was saying that he's like, that's funny. I don't start work until 11 a.m. I was like, that's interesting because I've been reading a lot of books lately, and I've been hearing some different things like X started XYZ company and they only wake up at 8 a.m. And then other people swear by waking up before 4 a.m. and all this. And he starts speaking to his experience, and he's like, yeah, I wake up at 11 a.m. and I still watch Netflix and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, that's crazy. Like I can't do that. That would I would be so antsy. I would be freaking out, and I would not be able to get any work done. If that was my routine. My routine is like I wake up early. I don't like it, but I find that if I can just wake up early and get my workout done, then I have like 2, 3 hours of time to get like deep work done or deep thinking or whatever it might be. And then past 10 a.m., 11 a.m., I start jumping into phone calls. And there's phone calls, my calendar, there's phone calls from 11 a.m. all the way through. Like, here's my calendar over the past week. So I usually keep it pretty open between this time frame. And then I'm back to back all the way up until about 6 p.m. And then I try and be out at 6 p.m. But that's my routine. And why this conversation was so interesting to me is like I was listening to him speak, and I'm not too sure how big his company was, but we're paying him a good chunk, and I'd have to imagine if he's got two, three, four clients. I mean, he's seven figures a year easy. And it depends on what you measure like success and what niche you're in and what vehicle you're in, but that's a pretty successful business for anybody, a seven-figure business. And it was just interesting to hear him talking about this. And I asked, is like, is it you get up later just because maybe you have more clients on the other side of the world? And he's like, no, it's just this is what works well for me. Yeah, I do have clients all over the world and stuff like that, but um, that's not the primary reason. And I just thought that was the most interesting thing ever, because what my brain has been like mulling over just subconsciously over the past few weeks is like I, you listen to gurus and mentors and all these other like founders, and you see all these articles, and then you see your LinkedIn girlies and guilies posting on LinkedIn of like their routine and how they uh, sold their company for XYZ. It's just interesting to me, and you start to see that there's a million different ways to win, and there's not this one secret. There's a canvas that's in my office that if you ever see me on like a live phone call, I usually have it behind me, but it's like there's no secrets, just hard work. And I think that's the basis of it, is that there's no secrets to this entire game of success. It's just hard work, and you choose your hard work. Like, I think honestly, for me, waking up at 11 a.m. and probably working until 3 a.m., that would be hard work. The work that I do now is hard work, but it's my hard. It's the hard work that I enjoy. So it's like, I think Alex Ramosi says it's like choose your hard. There's no secrets to this thing. And the way you'll win is by leaning into you and what your hard is, and what kind of differentiates you from everybody else. So if you are waking up at 11 a.m. and you're energized and you're getting all your work done from 11 to like 3 a.m. or whatever it might be, do that. That's what's going to be successful. And then you will tell a story one day and you'll be like, the secret to success is to wake up at 11. And then you'll catch yourself and realize, oh, this is just my secret. This is for me. This is my hard work. So I want to record a video on that because I just found it interesting. I think a lot of um, people that are in this space and just business in general that are starting companies look up to a certain individual and say, I have to do that. That has to be my morning routine. I have to eat that. I have to exercise like that. You don't. You have to do what you need to do in order to be successful. And for you to be successful is not copying everybody else. There's things and such that you should do and should not do that will better align you towards success, but leaning into you and your vision for success, that's what's going to make you successful. I'll leave you with one other example. I have a business partner, and our ways of business are like polar opposites. I am I am fast. I am done is better than perfect. I am get it out there and let's see what happens. Reiterate. And he is a lot more methodical. He is slower. He is not in a bad way, but he's slower to get things like out there executed. There's one message in particular. I asked if he could send me a clip from a video that he recorded so I can get it live for an ad. And he messaged me back. I messaged him this early in the morning, and granted, we're 3 hours apart. He messaged me back later in the day and said, "Dude, I've been stewing on this all day. I've been struggling with delegating the tasks, just trying to think through like the best way to go about it." And like most people would, uh, per their perspective, would look at that and be like, oh, whatever, I can't work with that. And I looked at that, I was like, dude, that's so perfect. That's what I like. That's why working with you is absolutely amazing because you're so different and you have a different perspective than I do. Because if you had my perspective, then, there's probably things that would be right, but there's probably things that would be wrong. But we balance each other out so perfectly because you are you and I am me. And so, anyways, I wanted to record a quick video on that, and just maybe it hits maybe two people out there, and they're like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I should stop following these gurus and listening to everything that they have to say, and lean into me and pick my own hard, like Alex says, or um, throw out the secrets and just focus on hard work because that's what's actually going to breed the success. But there's a million different ways to win, and I hope this was enough of a little push in the right direction to allow you to say, to give you the freedom to say it's okay to be 100% me and focus on the things that I believe are genuine to me, and those are the things that will make you successful at the end of the day. So that's it.